Hey, hello, and welcome back, everybody. Dan John here from danjohnuniversity.com. It's day 3 on the 10,000 swing challenge. I better write down day 3 so I'll remember tomorrow that it's day 4. And a couple things. Like a lot of you, when you do the challenge, I get the same issue. My forearms right here are toast this morning. I mean, they are sore. They've been overworked, and my hamstrings are really sore. And remember, if your hamstrings are sore, that's the best thing you can possibly say about the 10,000 swing challenge. If you say my hamstrings are sore and maybe my grip is sore every single day, you're probably swinging correctly. I mean, it's not the most scientific thing in the world, but it seems to be pretty true. So day 3, my waistline's down a couple of centimeters. My body weight's down 5 pounds, 2 kilos and change. I've been very good on my diet. Ate lots and lots of vegetables yesterday. And the only problem is the second day in a row I started my day cleaning up my Sirius Black's diarrhea attack. He's obviously sick, and I'm just doing my best. So that's why I'm a little late coming in this morning. And I want this for the YouTube for also, because one thing I don't think people realize is that, I have a normal life just like everybody else. My cars break. I had to move everything yesterday because I got new locks put in all around the house. So I had to reset up everything this morning. I thought I would have more time, but then I had to clean up my poor puppy's poo-poos. So sometimes life gets in your way, and I think the answer isn't always to, oh, woe is me. The answer is, okay, clean it, fix it, move everything back, and then do your swings. So without any more me blah, 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 let's get a set in. I'm going to probably do a couple of short sets first, because I'm worried about my grip today. I don't want to throw this bell into this expensive little setup we have over here. Oh, I'm sore. If you recall last year, I would do entire days at the end, 10 sets of 50 and stuff like that. That's not going to happen this morning. So, there's my warm-up. Oh, here we go. So, I get really sore here in those, the raptor muscles. Raptor means to grasp. The rapture is when you get grasped and taken to heaven or whatever. Hammy's sore. But what's nice is I don't feel anything so far in my lower back. I don't notice anything. And that's something you really want to check into. If anyone has any questions over on my Instagram Live, good morning. Hi. It gets bigger every single day. Okay, so let's get going. Nice. I spent some quality time yesterday with my gun from Costco that was on sale, and I probably will have to use this more and more and more and more. And it's interesting. Yeah, my hamstrings are on fire. It's interesting. I wrote a positive review of Tom Brady's book, TB12, a couple years ago. People just attacked me. But one of the people, I went to their website, and practically everything, I mean, they were a vegetable-heavy author. Hold on, I'm walking away for a second. I got a question. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning from Norway. Jeg elsker deg. I'll answer that question in a second. He talked about using the Theragun. He talked about self-massage. He talked about using bands. But for some reason, this person who does the work for Tom Brady is a huckster, but the person who does almost the exact same stuff is not. That's something that drives me crazy about this field. I try to be as candid and as honest as I possibly can. Hey, good morning. Good morning. We had a question about neck stiffness on the swing. If your neck is getting tight on the swing, if I could see it, a technical issue, it could be the fact that you're doing a raise, not a swing, a snap. But if it's not technical, then the backbone is connected to the neck bone, and maybe you're just doing some damage. I don't know. Well, let's get going here. Let me get to at least 100 here. Oh, sore. Excellent. Yeah. Oh, I felt that physical. Got friends from Austria today. Got quite a mix today. You can hear in my breathing on the first 100 reps sometimes that gear change that you go through. You can all of a sudden hear my breath go, that's as my body starts to adapt to the heart rate and the breathing. It's kind of fun to watch it happen. Certainly it happens on the track, in running events, but you don't notice it as much, Let me get some more coffee. Yeah, so started day 3. I'm down 5 pounds. My waistline is down a couple centimeters already. I mean, most of that's just bloat from this trip I took. But somebody asked if I ever got a tennis elbow from swinging. No, I get that. I get middle-aged pull-up syndrome from doing pull-ups. I don't get it from anything else. Anything else. Well, I broke this elbow playing American football, but I still stayed, though. I never missed a play. 5 chunks off the end of my elbow, and I never missed a play the entire season. And I didn't get it fixed for years because I didn't think I needed it. That's back when I was a little bit more stupid. No, I don't get elbow problems. Again, the 10,000 swing challenge will exacerbate any old injuries or any issues that you've been ignoring. It might be something that simple. You heard it doing something else, and then just the repetitions, over time, all that, maybe just annoys it. Okay. 1/5 the way. I hate it. Sometimes I used to always do that thing. 1/5, 2/5, and all that nonsense, halfway. It used to help me, and now it's more like, I hate this thing enough. I don't need to add more. I need to add math. Oh yeah, and just for the record, people don't know this, but I hate the 10,000 swing challenge. I hate it. I mean, I've done it so many times. It's brutal. I know what I'm in for. So many people will ask me, hey, Dan, I'll do it if you do it. And then I do it. And then I get these emails, these sorry emails 6 months later. Well, I couldn't because, my cat, threw up or something. It's like, yeah, I got doggy diarrhea down the hallway. So, yeah, okay. Sorry, that's called a rant. And that's what I'm famous for. That was a terrible first rep. Whew. Terrible pickup. Oh, good morning. Oh. Today would have been my father's 104th birthday. He was this room reminds me of him. I have this big church door behind you, and I have a sign that says Island Pond. That's where he grew up. And then over here is where I have his World War II uniform jacket and a picture of my mom and dad. Yeah, this year my mom, it's his 104th birthday, so this year would have been my mom's 100th. And yeah, she died 41 years ago, so she was very young, I think. But she was tough. She was dying of cancer, and she didn't tell anybody because she didn't want to ruin my brother's wedding, which is kind of a cool thing. She didn't want to be the focus of it. And she was very ill, and then died right after. But didn't say anything. There's a life lesson in there somewhere, folks. That brother, of course, Phil, I got some stuff over there as a reminder of Phil. He died 2.5 years ago now. If you go to National Geographic and watch the show Rebuilding Paradise, the documentary by Ronnie Howard about what happened up after the fires in Northern California, that whole funeral at the end is my brother's, and you'll see me in there. I mean, I'm only in there a moment, but you see my nephew quite a bit, and you see Phil quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay to go a little dark sometimes. Okay, so let's knock off another good set here, okay? And if you're joining me, ping me anytime you hit a big number for me. I know I go a lot slower than most of you because, well, for one thing, I think I do every swing like a swing, and that slows you down. But I also think a lot of you just take it more seriously than I do, and I'm just ticking a box. As I said yesterday, one of the problems this time of year of doing it is it makes all the snot in your head run. Small reminder. I start, before I do this, of course, normally I don't clean up doggy diarrhea, but when I wake up, I always do a 15-minute meditation on brain.fm. That's the one I use. I used to use YouTube, and then they started throwing ads in the middle of meditations, which it's real hard to be pretending you're a butterfly in a meadow, and then someone starts talking about a Ram truck. But yeah, I'm trying to meditate twice a day during the 10,000 swing challenge. As a reminder, I know I go through this every time, but I'm also doing Rusty Moore's Fat Loss Boost, which is basically 3 pieces of chicken a day, and then everything else is just vegetable soup and salads yesterday. Oh, yeah, I also did roasted vegetables yesterday, too. That's true. So roasted vegetables, grilled, roasted, grilled, salad, soup, vegetables, raw vegetables, and then 3 pieces of chicken. Someone wrote on the thing, I don't know if it was a joke or not, they said it was a starvation diet. No, it's not a starvation diet. There's no such thing as a starvation diet. I mean, I know there's a Minnesota study called the starvation diet, but you're either starving, you're dieting, or you're fasting. And that's something I used to have to teach my students at the various schools I taught. The people who are in tough situations, they're not fasting, they're not dieting, they're starving. They would eat food if they had it. It's a radical difference than fasting, which is choosing not to eat food, and dieting, which is, of course, oh God, want me to use a 70s cliche on you? If you take the T out, it's dying. Okay, wow. Boy, somebody's one up in Danny. Instagrampa, huh? He's already at 400 swings. Ooh, good job. That's pretty cool. He said he started 20 minutes earlier. I'm not sure starting earlier would make me go faster. All right, we're sneaking up on... Well, good. We'll get over 200 on this one, ideally. And remember, if you have questions, Instagrammers, feel free to ask. And if I don't see it, it's because it scrolls up so fast. Just repeat it in a few minutes. Good morning, all. Good morning. Yeah, I think those brain FM meditations every day really helps me. As some of you know, I have some concussion issues from my past. Whole bunch of different reasons. Alexander asks, is Rusty Moore's fat loss boost sustainable? Well, he says I do it to 10 to 14 days and then don't do it for 2 to 5 weeks. But I don't think I ever said I was doing this as a sustainable diet. I just feel it's... I guess my response was what a silly point it was to call this, starvation or whatever, because it's not. I have plenty of food upstairs. I can break this boost at any time. It's a boost. And I'm a big believer in them. I used to do the fast mimicking diet once a month, but when COVID hit, I was under enough stress with some other issues in my life that I didn't need to throw in the stress of 800 calories a day at the start of every month. I did learn a lot doing the fast mimicking diet, I'll be honest with that. Number one thing is to get 100 calories of black olives, you need to eat between 20 and 25 black olives. So when someone says something like olives are fattening, you have to just stop and go, really? And it's not all the desserts and the cheesecakes and the soft drinks and olives are the problem. And I got to tell you, to get 100 calories, I can't remember exactly what it is, but the number of almonds it takes is a big number. I have it written in at the university, danjohn.net, danjohnuniversity.com. I got that whole thing in there. It's easy strength for fat loss, and that's free to all the members. Give me more coffee. Got a nice email last night from Brett Contreras. He's got a new idea that I think is pretty good. He's got 6 exercises that he trains his physique models with: bench, military, back squat, hip thrust, look like a Romanian deadlift, and who can forget the other one? But I forgot. Chin-ups with weight, and that's how he's training his models now, which I think is really interesting. Really interesting, because that's how I do it. Probably best cup of, okay. Custom built strength, I can't read that. It's getting merged on something else. Best cup of coffee you ever had? Best cup of knowledge bombs you've ever had? Boy, I sure hope this is working. It doesn't look like it normally does. It doesn't look like it normally, but it's working over there, huh? Just doesn't look right. Maybe we shouldn't let people like me play with nice, expensive toys like this. Yeah, maybe it is working. Okay, I've dawdled enough. Let's get over halfway on this one, okay? Oh boy, that grip just going. Okay, that wasn't a very good number. Morning, all. Morning. But, you know, it's funny I get pushback when I talk about things like this. People write me little notes about oh, look at this. I got attacked here. Look at this. TSOTHAKVNT. How's this dude say he's a workout coach? He's fat as fuck, but puny arms. Hey, aren't you proud of yourself? Good for you. Where do you live? Puny little arms. Well, I'm also 65 too, and I'm stronger than you, and well, at least I use my real name. Give me some information about yourself. I'm getting heckled on my Instagram account by an anonymous. Good for you. Let's do this. Oh, Mr. Anonymous, you broke my heart so much. You stepped in my inner child. I always love it. In real life, I've met a few people who post on these things. This guy's probably, well, usually they're just such, I don't know if the word dweeb still is in use, but yeah, God bless you, son. I hope the best for you. I'll tell you what, I hope you get everything you want. Happy New Year back to you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Wandering Weights went out today. Yeah, that was a good episode. That was an easy one to write. I was struggling a little bit trying to get that out because I'd just gotten out of driving from here to Pasadena. Shouldn't take that long, but there's so many traffic stops now because of the construction. It was a 14-15 hour day, so I got home and had to knock out the Wandering Weights. I had most of it done, but wow. All right, let's continue. Thank you so much. Yeah, the funny thing is, he's ripping that I got skinny arms, but look at those pads. Yeah. And then, in my world, all we ever talk about is how big your arm is when you're tossing a caber or a discus or Olympic lifting. Yeah, it's all about. Yeah. So, I'm getting heckled for being 65. Ageists. Oh, and by the way, I probably met all of his heroes in real life. And when they're not making their DVDs, they don't look as good as you think. And a couple of them that a lot of people like that follow. How's my weightlifting practice going? It's going well. It's a little tough, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, the 10,000 swing challenge and the fat loss boost are kicking in, but what's also real hard is the fact that it's freezing cold in Utah right now. So trying to Olympic lift in this weather, I train in my garage. It takes. Okay, remember my friends who do the 300 with Pat Flynn. This will get us over 300. 300. Ah, 310. Good. We're on the down stretch now. I'll get more coffee. Again, Instagrammers, if you have questions, I don't mind answering. Even if you heckle me, I'm fine. That one guy who heckled me, I feel for those guys. I really do. I wrote a thing on YouTube about some of the problems we're having in America. And some guy posted, anonymous as always, one word, gay. And I thought, it's 2022. And the best comment you can make is, gay. Like you're a 1978 kid at 72 at some junior high in South San Francisco. What's interesting is that the guy who was most vitriolically homophobic that I knew growing up, turns out he was just covering. So that was always interesting. I'm not saying it bad or good. I'm just saying that's what it was. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. More coffee. Yeah, another thing, I just to say it one more time, I think a lot of people, when they even asking questions on either YouTube or emails, I've gotten a few, or these little Instagram messages. They'll say, like, why are you doing this, this, and this? And I'm like, I don't know how many times I can say this. I want to lift in the 96 kilo class, which is 211 pounds. And if I weigh 291 pounds, that means I have to lose 70 pounds overnight somehow. And I don't think that's possible. But if I get my body weight down to 211 now or lower and hold it for a couple of weeks before the weightlifting meet, it won't be such a challenge, yeah. Yeah, somebody asked if it's okay to do 100 rep sets. Sure, go ahead. I can't. And I think if you can do 5 sets of 100, you're so underbelled that it might not be valuable. Holy cow. Ease up on the huge questions. Upper back work for front squats, shoulder mobility. Good morning. I am enjoying my coffee. Okay. Shoulder mobility, the number one thing I recommend is hanging. Hanging from a bar, hanging for as long as you can. I have a whole thing. It's called the post-deployment workout. You can find it in my book, Attempts, or at danjohnuniversity.com. And I give you this 3-month progression on how you build up your shoulder mobility using just hangs and occasionally a pull-up. I've also gone to a very good Mike. My friend Mike is a physical therapist, a physio, as you guys would call it in Europe. He gave me one simple exercise where really all I do is this. Oh, right there, you can even hear the crack. Yeah, some days I get cracks and some days I don't. All right, let me get a set of 10. If the questions are extremely long, they zip up the thing so fast it's hard for me to catch them. Somebody asked if it's okay to do barbell exercises doing this. Absolutely. In fact, if you actually Google the workouts, you'll find a whole bunch of them where I do goblet squats. And I have tried front squats doing this, but it's just, that front squat's tough. I think it puts a little bit too much pressure on the hip flexor. I know it sounds kind of like but when you're front squatting, you have to really, that has to stay hyper tight. And then, of course, every swing is a hip flexor stretch, but I just think it just starts to irritate the bowl down here, okay? All right. That wasn't my best. If someone could give me the time, I'd appreciate it. I'm on mountain time, so it doesn't matter. I just need the minutes. I want to make sure I get finished before Instagram Live shuts me down. Yeah, so for my goals, you know, you could hear my grandson Leo up there earlier. I want to be around for him, Danny, Josephine, my daughters. You know, today on the anniversary of my father's death, probably my father's birth, you know, 104 years ago, you know, he held my daughter Kelly, but never Lindsay. And I always joke that if he'd have been alive, oh, thank you. So I really do have to bounce here if I'm going to finish up before the hour's over. Okay. Oh, but I started late. What am I thinking? Okay. Yeah. I'm sure my father, of blessed memory, would be so honored that some Instagram troll called his son Danny fat and with tiny arms. I'm sure that would have really bothered him. You know, he got hurt in World War II. He had 2 of his sons get disabled in Vietnam. I'm sure being told something by a mean internet troll would really bother him. Okay, that's sarcasm. It means to cut flesh. Okay, so I'm at the 340. It's 160 reps. I want to get these done in an hour because that's all Instagram really allows me. So I'll do my best. I think we started at 305 or 306. The problem with all my... Well, I guess I could use one other piece of equipment. I forgot I had my computer here too. I do want to try to keep these to an hour. The first week, I'm probably going to be finishing in the 50 minutes to an hour. As the challenge moves on, it'll slide down to, I guess I can do it in that 34 to 40 minute range most of the time once I start doing it. But, you know, when I first start, I get these blisters on these weird spots because the bell is so small. It's not this that gets calluses. It's these because my fingers rub against each other, and so that bugs me a little bit. My hamstrings need a few days of lubrication, and then of course the grip. And it's weird because if you've ever done the challenge, you can probably put your hand there and go, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Okay. Yeah, we have a question about recovery. On the 10,000 swing challenge, I've always told people never worry about time. In fact, somebody asked if I can break it up into 2 blocks a day, and I'm like, fine. He goes, well, won't that be too much? No, it's 10,000 swings. When you get to 9,999, you're not finished. It's 10,000. So just kind of keep. So, and this is one of those rare times. That's the eye on the prize. It's a finish challenge. You just got to finish the challenge. I mean, if it takes you 5 hours to do the 10,000 swings, you know, you might have too heavy of a bell or something else is wrong. But, you know, if you're around that 35 minute to an hour time, most of the time, that's where you want to be. Hey, if you slide up to, 70 minutes, that happens. I do start to worry if someone says I did the whole thing and, you know, I did the 500 swings in 8 minutes. And then I'm like, no, you didn't swing, I can tell you that. You just kind of did that little waddle thing you see online, you know. What do we got? Sometimes I focus on the hinge. Sometimes I focus on the plank. I was focusing on the hinge that one and knocked myself back, which is not optimal. Any questions? It doesn't have to be about the challenge. In fact, I'm kind of glad that guy said that about me being fat. And it's funny, I'm doing a fat loss boost and I'm doing 10,000 swing challenges. And so some anonymous guy says that I'm fat. That is such an indictment on 2022. You know, you got this poor woman maybe, you know, trying to turn her life around doing, I don't know, a daily walk or trying to diet up, and you got people heckling her because she's making the attempt to change her life. That's so messed up. You know, I generally, you know, with my background in religious studies and religious education, hell is always a tough thing to teach, but I always hope there is a place called hell, so people who make fun of people trying to improve themselves get an opportunity to, whatever, burn or whatever, you know. In fact, I've got more respect for somebody who's, you know, done the right thing, you know, took care of the kids, took care of the career, took care of people, and then finally put themselves last. I mean, that's impressive. One of the things I have noticed with, you know, where I'm at now, because of, you know, I'm 65, I have a few more opportunities financially than a lot of people, and, you know, I've had a good life, that I can put myself first on a few things. It's nice. I mean, yeah, McKinney Coda asks a good question. Do you switch your grip up? I don't know how you would switch it up. I mean, I hold it like this because I'm doing two-handed kettlebell swings. That's it. So yeah, I have to deal with the blisters, and I have to deal with. Are you talking about right here, Coda? Because I've been talking about that. And today, my grip is scorched today. In fact, I'm actually hesitant about hitting the bells hard because I don't know if my grip can hold on to it. It's not like I'm not like our anonymous person on Instagram. I'm not like, I'm so strong, I will throw the bell so hard that the bell will burn apart. And, you know, no, it's just I worry I'll let it go and then hit all this expensive stuff that Brian Gwaltney got for me, and that would not be happy. You bet, and thank you. Squats between sets. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, do all the squats you want. In fact, in the basic program, goblet squats is one of the days. Press, pull up, goblet squat. Tried it one time with one Turkish get-up in between. It just took so long. It just took so long. But it was not bad. You know, 500 swings, and I don't know, let's say you would probably end up doing anywhere from just one, left and right, left and right. You could end up doing, I don't know, 10, 15, yeah, maybe 10 per side, or maybe 15 per side, maybe a little more. I hated it, so I wouldn't do it again. All right. Okay, let's get over 400 on this one, and then we'll finish this. Okay. So, I'm not saying this is the only way to lose some body weight. Not fat, I said body weight. But this is the way I'm trying it. I tell you what, eating all those vegetables and those 3 pieces of chicken is weird because I'm full. But last night my daughter made this protein pancake and I smelled that thing and I used every ounce of free will I have to fight back that thing. It smelled so good. It smelled so good. And isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? So tomorrow, we'll hopefully, we won't have a hey, good morning everybody who's new. Hi. Good to have you here. 10,000 swing challenge. Almost finished. I'm at 425, 75 to go today. But part of the fat loss boost, just like the velocity diet from Chris Shugart, isn't so much like this is something Chris was absolutely adamant about with the V diet. That's 6 protein shakes a day. That's it. Nothing else. It's tough, man. And I'm sure my anonymous friend does that every month. But it's 6 protein shakes a day, and that's it for 28 days. That's the one I did. But and I on the scale I lost a lot, and I got my 8-pack back, and that was nice for until Highland Games season came back, and I discovered that weighing that little was hard with the implements. But what it does is it's the psychological changes. This you teach yourself to deal that hunger is an urge and to be out of Genesis, and you can be its master. And I think that's an important thought. Hunger is an urge, and that's a great sentence for a wall, really. Hunger is an urge, and you can be its master. You'll read something similar in Genesis chapter 4, actually. That's the old Cain and Abel thing, yeah. So, if, live friends, if you have questions, let's try to get them in the next few minutes so I'll have enough time to answer them before we go off. Okay? Whew. For my friend who's complaining about their forearms, I'm walking with you, my friend. That's to the point now that it's thinking about swinging makes my hands get scared. Oh, no. Shit. Well, that's not right. That's the wrong number. Okay. I might be able to do this in one last set. We'll see. Again, Instagram brothers and sisters, if you have questions, ask now. Otherwise, I'll be done in 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you for spending your morning with me. We will not be keeping these on the Instagram itself. These will be on the YouTube account, which will be available in 2 or 3 days. You can rewatch day 3. Oh, somebody from New Jersey. Hey, hi. My roommates were from New Jersey in college, a place called Summit. And I think one of them still lives there. Oh God, we have a thumbs up from. I mean, we have a arm. We've got an arm for New Jersey on there. Boy, we have 2 people from New Jersey in one place. This is frightening. Okay, so there's a chance I'll finish it on this set. No, there won't be. I'll just get 2. I'll do them 2. Ah, good job, Sean. Good job. And if it's a Sean I know, it's good to hear from you. Oh, shoot. Okay. That's not my best work. I have 5 to go. I just couldn't hold on to it anymore. But that's one of the things why we do this universally. Yeah, it's funny. Steve Maxwell, for those of you who know, Steve came out very strongly against kettlebells recently. But he was one of the first person I ever talked about kettlebells, and he said, I would never trade kettlebells because of the one thing. I go, what? He goes, grip strength. And then he gave me a couple exercises for flexibility that I still use, and it's just interesting. So I have 5 to go. What I notice most about the 10,000 swing challenge isn't weight or body fat loss. It's how good my hamstrings feel. And of course, when I'm done, how good these feel. That's when I'm done. So we got 5 to go, Instagrammers, and then we're done, okay? So if you have any quick questions, ping me, and you can always direct message me. But just don't ask me, 1,000 programming questions, please, okay? And to my anonymous friend, I know you haven't come back. I miss you. Getting heckled on your own podcast, that's so 2022. And here's the funny thing. I guarantee if I knocked on his door right now, he would not want to back up what he said. So, and even if we just did an arm show, just a gun show, that's free. That you don't have to pay for that. Okay, let's. I got 5 to go, and I keep putting it off. That's how you know you did the 10,000 swing challenge, is when you have 5 reps and you're going, okay, I can do this. The 500 swing chicken dance. Yay! So that is 1,500 swings, 5-pound body weight loss. And I will be saying goodbye to my Instagram friends in just a minute. Hey, for those of you on YouTube, thanks for listening. Remember, I'm Dan John from danjohnuniversity.com. If you want to be a member, we got a great discount right now. New year, one word. The best part of that is you can get the goals course for $15, which is a good deal for any course. And I also have some supplements to it now. The 5-2 assignment by itself is worth your time. All right, hey, thanks. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow. And until then, let's all keep on lifting and learning.